From the land down under, with the rock at its centre, comes the little Aussie watchman.
And TLAW today, the day after the Australian election. Nothing is going right for the Australian government. Over the last 10 years, the Australian government has squandered the good years with excessive spending and pandering to the lowest common denominator in order to buy votes. Greed. The gross amount of debt has ballooned from 59 billion to over 400 billion in 2016. Hooked onto government money, organisations and individuals all over Australia cry foul when the government even suggests that the taxpayer and debt-funded payouts are just a little bit too high. Instead, we find ourselves jaywalking into economic debt oblivion. Both parties are unable to stave off the inevitable, for they are reigned by a democratic process which will not allow any reduction in government spending. The Australian people are hooked on free money. It is their right, they cry. It is the duty of the government, they scream. There is a very small step between a fool's paradise and disaster, and that step is getting closer and closer. The current election has done little to calm the frayed nerves of those who wish to see, at the very least, a balanced budget. Turnbull has lost support simply because he does not seem to stand for anything. On the other hand, Shorten is seen as a political backstabber smeared by union rorts. Neither have the wish to adjust the course of the Australian Titanic, nor do they have any moral authority to do so. Turnbull, who believes in gay marriage and man-made climate change, is at odds with not only many of his party members, but also a broad swath of Liberal supporters. By pretending to be something that he is not, he has shown himself to be duplicitous and weak. While, on a balance of odds, Turnbull will probably make it back into power, he will now even be less able to push through any reforms. Once again, Australia will be deadlocked for another term. The economy will remain at the mercy of global concerns. Our ability to weather the coming financial storm is dwindling fast, and the Australian people seem rather nonplussed about the whole thing. Wait until the stock market crashes, interest rates go up, and housing prices plummet. With massive household debt, many will lose their houses and their livelihood. Like the government, Australian household debt has also increased. It is now $245,000 per household, and many are ill prepared for shocks to the economy. Shocks to the economy have always come and gone over many generations. It is up to individuals and governments to place Australia in a position to weather the economic cycles that plague mankind. Whatever has been will be again, and that time of reckoning is fast approaching. The Greater Depression is around the corner, and Australia is ill-equipped to deal with it. The debtor is a slave to the creditor. Australia has sowed plentifully into the financial abyss, as well as the moral wastelands which separates itself from God. The time for financial and spiritual revival is all but gone. The two are linked because despite the musings of secular academia, and the watchman's job is becoming all too easy. The writing is not only on the wall, it's all over the sky, all over the news, and all over Australia. A hung parliament, a place of indecision, another nail in the green and blue coffin.